The recent unexpected news that Quantum Leap was coming back after almost 30 years sent the science fiction fandom into a frenzy. NBC's announcement that they were ordering a pilot for a new series likely to be aired on the new Peacock streaming service got some fans excited, but it also made other fans cautious and downright dismissive when it came to original series lead and science fiction icon Scott Bakula. Without Scott Bakula, there is no Quantum Leap. It won't work without Scott. That's a hard stop. Scott must be involved and on screen for it to work. Are you listening, NBC? And while the overwhelming number of comments are people excited for a new series with Scott Bakula and a hopeful continuation of the series which left Dr. Sam Beckett stranded in time, there are others that have a different concern. If it comes out all woke, I'll check out on the first episode. I've zero tolerance for it anymore. Been done to death. Hope it's not. Love the original. And I have a feeling of dread for this, as much as I would love to see a finish to the original story, but nowadays every reboot has been a disaster because the fans are not the ones they cater to. The stakes are high for Quantum Leap fans, and the studio may be in for a disaster if it doesn't listen. So when we were able to get our hands on the casting call sheet for the upcoming Quantum Leap pilot, new light was shed on what direction the show may be going, and there are some fans who are going to have a strong opinion about the news, so you don't want to miss this episode.
Oh boy. Oh boy, what?
Also, make sure you stay tuned until later in the show, where we'll be showing you why NordVPN makes an excellent partner for giving you control of your internet experience across the globe. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so now, and give us a thumbs up if you want more news about your favorite shows. Also, click the notification bell to never miss an episode, and make sure you stay tuned to the end to see how to get this awesome Quantum Leap-inspired graphic design from the amazing artists at mixtease.com.
Do I know her? Huh? Do you know her?
With production of the Quantum Leap pilot beginning in Vancouver, Canada next month, show creator Donald P. Belisario and his team are now currently finalizing the roles for the show, and as luck would have it, we were able to get our hands on the call sheet, which gives insight on what direction the show wants to go and what types of actors and roles there will be. That hashtag show released a rundown of the descriptions of the characters, and they consist of a Middle Eastern, North African, or Asian American Pacific Islander main character, a female project lead, a female head of security, a non-binary chief architect, and a black male Vietnam veteran who is the head of the Quantum Leap project. The call sheet also gives us insight on what the pilot episode may be about, but let's get back to that in a moment. First, let's discuss the series lead as advertised. Dr. Ben Prasad. Ben is a first-generation American, a world-renowned physicist, and a man of faith. He's also working on Quantum Leap, a time travel project. But when he uses the project on himself, he's transported to the late 1980s and struck with a bout of amnesia, forgetting what made him time travel in the first place. The casting for Ben calls for a man in his mid-30s to early 40s and of Asian American Pacific Islander or Middle Eastern or North African descent. While this sounds like Ben is taking the lead role from our beloved Dr. Sam Beckett character, it's important to note that this doesn't outline him as the only lead character. Despite the obvious omission of Scott Bakula from this call sheet, neither he nor his character would be listed here regardless. So what actor could play this role? The first person that comes to mind is Kumail Nanjiani, who was recently in the movies The Eternals, Stuber, and The Big Sick. Nanjiani is very familiar with episodic TV after spending 5 seasons on Silicon Valley.
It's just where I rest. Out there is where I live.
As the new Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars series he is currently in is in post-production, Nanjiani would have time to invest in a Quantum Leap series. He is 43 years old and fits the casting call for Ben perfectly.
Couldn't get any better.
Addison is a smart, witty, fearless ex-military operative who now serves as a project lead at Quantum Leap headquarters. She's in charge of the technology they use to communicate with the past and tries to rescue Ben from his time-flung existence. The open ethnicity casting for Addison calls for a woman in her 30s. From the description, it sounds like this character will be replacing the role of Al on the show. And while no one can replace Dean Stockwell, we do like Jennifer Holland a whole lot. With her current role of the first season of Peacemaker at an end, and with the limited run of episodes for today's streaming shows, Holland will be looking for work. At 35 years old, and with no other job showing up on her IMDb page, we think she'd be perfect for the part.
Because, I don't know, I wear makeup?
Ian Wright is Quantum Leap's non-binary chief architect of the AI program, and prefers the company of computers to that of people. The open ethnicity casting calls for a person in their 20s and encourages non-binary actors to submit for the role. Could this new character be Gushi? Sorta. But before we tell you why, let me quickly tell you why we love this video's sponsor, NordVPN. The thing we love most about NordVPN is the number of advantages we have when we use them. Not only are we able to change our global location to download content we use every day, but NordVPN also saves us a ton of money when we travel. Having the ability to change our location to find cheaper deals on flights and hotels have been incredibly beneficial to us. Today, it's simple to find where someone is located while they are online, but NordVPN protects our IP address and gives us peace of mind that we have the privacy and protection we need while creating awesome YouTube content for our fans. And if that wasn't enough, another great thing about NordVPN is that your subscription can be used on up to 6 devices. To celebrate NordVPN's 10th birthday, go to nordvpn.com/thepopcast to get the 2-year plan with an exclusive deal, plus 1 month free and a bonus gift. It's risk-free with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Try NordVPN today.
Oh boy.
In the original series, Gushi was the main programmer on the quantum computing mainframe, who we remember as Ziggy. We didn't see a lot of Gushi. He appeared in 6 episodes and was played by Dennis Wolfberg. The casting call for Ian is encouraging non-binary actors to go for the role. The first person that comes to mind is Blue Del Barrio. Blue is currently playing the non-binary character Adira on Star Trek Discovery. At 24 years old, they fit the age demographic, and based on Blue's performance as an engineer for the Federation, shouldn't have a problem programming the AI on a new Quantum Leap series.
I would prefer they or them from now on.
Herbert Magic Williams is a Vietnam vet and current head of the Quantum Leap project. Williams uses his no-nonsense personality and aura of control to keep the Pentagon at bay while the team tries to rescue Ben. The casting calls for a black man in his 60s. This character will be doing some of what Al did in the original series. Al was constantly fighting to keep Quantum Leap going. Also, we need to remember that Al began a series of tours in Vietnam in the late 1960s. Could this new character have fought under Al during that conflict and all these years later find himself in his mentor's shoes? For this role, we see Mario Van Peebles. As a 65-year-old black man, he fits the casting call perfectly. Best known for his role in Heartbreak Ridge opposite Clint Eastwood, Peebles has the experience and military bearing to pull off the part.
Well.
Jen is head of security at Quantum Leap headquarters. She is quirky but formidable, and she makes it her mission to figure out how Ben could have both leapt back in time and erased all evidence of the leap in the future. Wow, that was a huge plot point. But hold on to that thought for a moment.
Oh boy.
With no specific age or ethnicity requirements, we felt like Polly Perrette would be perfect for the role of Jen. Known to millions as Abby from NCIS, her personality would fit this character, and she worked for Belisario, so he knows what he's getting with her. Her recent TV show Broke didn't get a second season, so she should currently be available for Quantum Leap.
6, 7, 8.
In addition to the series' regular roles, the show is also casting for the following key guest stars. Janice is a mysterious woman who was working with Ben in the present before his leap through time, and her true motives remain unknown. The role is described as a recurring guest spot, casting a white woman in her 40s. Naomi is a wife attempting to ask her husband for a divorce. Unfortunately, she doesn't realize Ben is currently occupying her husband's body. The open ethnicity casting calls for a woman in her late 30s. Finally, the call sheet gives us a little blurb about the series. It's been 30 years since Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the Quantum Leap Accelerator and vanished. Now, a new team has been assembled to restart the project in hopes of understanding the mysteries behind the machine and the man who created it. Embracing the iconic series' signature blend of humor, heart, and history, this reboot expands upon the Quantum Leap universe, taking us on a thrilling journey across space and time, exploring the timeless notion of what it's like to walk in another person's shoes, and the enduring value of changing lives for the better. So now that we have it from the production's mouth, what does all of this tell us? The first thing that doesn't make sense is that they are calling this a reboot. A reboot means to start over. In this synopsis, it clearly states that a new team has assembled 30 years later in hopes of understanding what happened before. That makes this a series continuation. And while a lot of this information is subject to change once they have actors in place and the story has been adjusted, we learned an incredible amount of information here. The first obvious thing is that we don't see a cast wrapped around the character of Sam Beckett. We feel strongly that Scott Bakula will be in this show. He has nothing else in production. He loved the show, he loves Belisario, and there is no reason why he wouldn't come back. And since they aren't rebooting the show, it will be very easy to insert him into the series during the first season. Perhaps Ben leaps into a time where Sam is, and the team begins working on a way to leap both Ben and Sam together, trying to get them home. The possibilities are limitless. The fact that they are continuing the show in real time is a huge indicator that we will see Bakula at some point. So why aren't we hearing about it? Not only will the show want it to be a mid-season or season-ending surprise, but Bakula will need to play coy so the studio backs up that dump truck full of money for him. It also seems like we might be spending a whole lot more time in the present than we did during the original series. The fact that we have so many more cast members, as well as a recurring guest that was working with Ben in the present, means we are going to see multiple episodes with her in the story in the present time. What was once a full immersion into history will likely now be broken up into show segments, with each character playing a role in trying to get Ben and hopefully Sam both home. The casting sheet also tells us that Ben leaps back into the late 80s, where he will jump into the body of the husband of Naomi. Naomi will be asking her husband for a divorce. Perhaps Ben is there to set things right with the couple, while simultaneously helping pull baby Jessica out of the well in Midland, Texas in 1987. One of the most interesting points is what the casting call says about Jen's character. It is her mission to figure out how Ben could have both leapt back in time and erased all evidence of the leap in the future. This means we are going to have a mystery unraveling back at headquarters. Ben made the leap, but they have no evidence of it. Does this mean the Pentagon may not believe Ben leapt into the past and the team needs to prove he wasn't murdered? Why would evidence of his leap be important enough to mention if it wasn't important to the series plot in season 1 at the very least? At this point, let's be clear. If there is no Scott Bakula in this Quantum Leap series, we do not support it. Regardless of who NBC casts, the key here is Bakula and making sure Sam gets home once and for all. What do you think?
Oh boy. 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 Oh boy.
Are you worried Scott Bakula may not be in the show, or is it a foregone conclusion? What do you think of all the new characters? Is NBC getting it right, or are they following the same pattern of TV we've seen recently? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Also, check out this incredible Quantum Leap-inspired graphic design from the amazing artists at mixtees.com. Get 20% off your purchase by using coupon code THEPOPCAST. The link is in the description below. Hungry for more current pop culture news? Then make sure you head over and subscribe to the Popcast Unleashed for daily content. Hear us talk about all of your favorite things. Click on the link in the description below. Until next time.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Don't want the show to end? Become a Popcast member by hitting the join button to get exclusive content including special member live streams, Discord privileges, behind the scenes access, and so much more. Click join and let's hang out.